Yo, what is up? How's it going? Thanks for tuning in. This is going to be one of my best videos, and I promise you that by staying and watching this video, you're going to get an immense amount of value right now. I just kind of feel it, get in that zone, you feel it. Just a little bit, I want to talk about, I haven't done a video in 2 weeks, and I just want to kind of it hasn't been that I've been wanting to be inconsistent. I've just been having a hard time with finding the time. It's just a lot of things going on right now, especially with being on 75 hard, trying to get into 2 workouts, and just been really extremely busy with work. And in all honesty, that's my main focus is continuing to build what we've been working really hard to build on this end with our agency, and things are going really well right now. And that is all my attention, serving our clients to the highest possible and making sure that we're growing. But I have 3 questions that I wrote down. This video is a little spur of the moment, but I feel just a great energy within me that I'm going to deliver something really good. And I just wrote down 3 questions that I think are really important that I'm going to answer. Not 3 questions that you need to ask yourself or anything like that. 3 questions that I wrote down that I want to talk about a little bit today. And the first one is asking yourself why. Starting with why. There's a book about that. It's called Start With Why with Simon Sinek, but it's so important in life. And I feel like so important in living a life filled with meaning. You don't want to be someone that is just whistling away, wasting away every single day without really wondering or ever asking themselves why they do the things that you do on a consistent daily basis. Is it because you're working towards a bigger picture? Or are you just doing it because you don't know anything else to do? As a person, don't you think that it ties to a lot of the happiness that you'll have? We spend so much, 40 hours every single week of our lives wrapped around work. That doesn't even include the amount of people that are working overtime and that work away from when they're working. A lot of people are spending a lot more time working than the actual 40 hours a week. It's a lot more. So if you have something that is not attached to where you can clearly just answer why, and it motivates you and it makes you feel happy, it's going to be really hard to feel a sense of just deep enjoyment and excitement about what you do. So the first thing, I think it's so important that you need to be able to ask yourself why. I don't know what other way to dive really extremely deep into that, but there has to be an importance tied to what you're doing. Now, this doesn't have to just mean that you have to love what you do. Sometimes you can love the result or love what this can do for you. You might not like your job, but you might like the fact that it's high paying, and that it's going to give you the ability that if you play your cards right over the next 2 years and you save your money and you make some investments and stuff, that you're going to build a high passive income and you're going to be able to travel and do those things. So it might be a vehicle. That could be the why. See what I'm saying? It could also be why because you love doing that thing. You love the action of what you do. But if it's just well, I don't really know why I do it. I just do it because I do it. I needed a job. It's just meaningless. It's unpurposeful. It's not, we're meant for something deeper. And I think we all know that and believe that. And I think that when we can't really answer that question and we just float, that it eats at us inside. So asking why and knowing is a really important thing. And it ties kind of a little bit into the second question that I wrote down or just not question, it's more of a statement, is why the struggle is worth it. Kind of the place, and I'll give you context of what, I mean a little bit about this, is the place I'm at in my life is things are it's so weird. It's our business is growing and things are going good, but I feel like I'm in some of the toughest times in terms of other personal things in my life, personal finances, and, but the struggle is worth it. This is when people start to really get the entitlement starts to kick in, or when you're being held to your back's against the ring, is you just tap out and you step out the ring and you stop playing, you stop fighting your fight. But it's always worth it. The struggle is always worth it. It's so important to know your why, because just, I'm not gonna, it's so obvious, but if you don't have a big why to do what you do, when the struggle gets really hard and things are just very, very difficult, you're just gonna quit. Like, that's so obvious. Why would it be worth it for you to struggle and endure through something if it doesn't fucking mean anything to you? You know what I mean? Like, that makes sense, right? We can both agree on that, I hope. So why the struggle is worth it. And you know, it sucks because when you look around at a lot of people nowadays, is you see a lot of people who just feel that things should be given and entitled to them, you know, like, oh, I've been here for this long amount of years. Like, I should just be given the manager position. I should just be given this thing. Or, you know, our business has been open for this long and I've been studying. Like, no, that's not how the way that the world works. And it's not the way that the world should work. Like, the people that you see that are at the top, no matter if you like them or not, the top performers in any industry, they struggled to get to where they were. And, you know, I won't say that everyone, because there is a small percentage of people who just like were given some other spots that they were given. And you know what? They don't make good managers. They don't make good position fits. Not all of them. There are some good people who do, because they get it. They've gone through the struggle. The person that gave them that position put them through the ringer, made them learn the things and made them do the work, you know, and stuff like that. But more and so is, most people aren't getting it given to like that. Most people that are in top professions that you see, they struggled to get to where they're going. And this is like why the struggle is worth it, is like a perspective switch that's going to take place in your mind about when you're in a situation of struggle, like the way that I'm in right now, is I don't feel like bad for myself. I don't feel sad. Like, are things hard? Yes. Do I want things to be different? Yes. Does it make me unhappy? It doesn't make me unhappy, but it definitely makes me more motivated, you know, like, because I want things to be different. And I know that it will create better like experiences for me when things are different. But also in this moment, there's so much to be able to learn about the moment that I'm in, like in so many broad different aspects. In terms, it could be of gratitude, like this moment I'm in, and be appreciative for it. Like, I'm here and I'm chasing my dreams and I'm taking a stake and I'm believing in myself. And like, even though these things, like, it's great, like, it's beautiful, man. I have a roof over my head. Like, things might be hard, but I'm getting by. And like, I'm learning a lot. Like, these hard times, I'm growing because it's forcing me to think different. You see, like, when things are good, you sometimes don't have to think like you're back. You kind of get what they say, like, you know, like when the pressure's on, like, you see what someone's really made of. Well, I believe in that. And when things are hard, the pressure's on. So the people who are meant to fold are going to fold, but I ain't like that. So when the pressure's on, is I'm going to start thinking, I'm going to start moving different. I'm going to start getting after it more, because I just believe that for myself is I'm a winner. And I hopefully that you believe that. So the struggle is worth it because of all the things that it teaches you, you know, in the midst of it, the amount of compassion that it will build within you, experience and all these different things. The struggle is always worth it. And it also, the best thing about it is it makes it, when you actually obtain that goal, that thing that you've been working so hard to reach, when you reach it, it makes it feel all the better. It makes it feel so much better. Like, if you were just to, everything that you say that you wanted, if you were just to instantly get it, is if when you got it, would it even feel good? Would it even be enjoyable? Maybe for like a minute, but it would just, you would get over it. It wouldn't feel, because you didn't work for it. Man and woman are meant to work. So it feels good when you put in the work for something and you know that it took time and it took dedication. When you reach that thing, it's something that no one can strip away. You in your heart know how hard you worked for that, and it's worth the struggle. You know, and just the last thing I wrote down is the only loss comes from quitting. I've been doing what I've been doing now for 3 years, and I guess if for what a lot of people to look at me, my friends, people label me as a failure, someone who's just like chasing their dreams and is crazy and needs to figure it out and come back to reality and get a normal job and do things. I don't know if everyone thinks that. I know some people. I'm just, you know, saying that. That's not how I see it. I'm just paying my taxes right now. I'm paying my dues. I'm learning. Have I failed? Yes. But I've used those as lessons to help me grow and move forward. See, The only loss and true failure comes from quitting. I've never thrown in the towel. I've never said, I'm done, I'm giving up on this. I've said and I've accepted the fact that, hey, I suck and I need to get better. We need to do things different. And me and Johnny have both had these conversations. And that's part of the reason of like why we're in such a good spot moving forward, is because we've battled, man. Same way with Johnny, same way with me, man. We're both putting in work and we have never thought about quitting. All we've thought about is adapting. So with whatever you want in life, whatever it is that you're working towards, you can have it. You can get it. It's not crazy. It's not far-fetched. You have to buy in. The first thing that needs to happen, and I talked about this in a story I did a couple weeks ago, is one sale. Sale has to happen. Is you have to sell yourself on the idea that you're worth that. You have to sell yourself on the idea of you being that person. Like I've sold myself. I made that sale. I sold myself on the idea and the belief that I'm worth it, man. I know what I'm after, and I know that I'm worth it. I sold myself. It's me. It's who I am. It's going to happen, and you have to make that sale. And then from there, just stay consistent. Stay persistent. Things are going to take time. If everything was given to people that easy, everyone would be a millionaire. Everyone would be building empires. Everyone would be the boss. But you got to pay the cost, man. Just stick to it. Stay in the pursuit. That's my video. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I will try to be consistent moving forward with things more. But again, I just am being brutally honest. Not brutally. I mean, your feelings aren't hurt, I imagine. But work is my main priority right now. And I'll share with you why that's so important with me is, I guess in simple terms, because I'm not going to dive all into it, I guess, on this video. It's probably worth another video. It's just legacy. It's important to me for legacy. Not from just my own, but from my whole family. I want to